Welcome back, Focus Learners. Today on The Explainer, we are unpacking a truly cinematic story derived directly from our source material. It's like a movie script, really. The story of a young, eager dreamer named Siddharth and a millionaire mentor who holds the ultimate blueprint to building an entire business over a single weekend. Yep, you heard that right. We're going to break down exactly how you can finally stop overthinking and just start building. So let's dive right into this.
Now, I want you to be totally honest with me for a second. Can you actually build $1 million business in just 48 hours? What's your gut reaction to that? If you're thinking, no way, that's literally impossible, or that sounds like some cheap internet gimmick, well, you are exactly who this explainer is for. Our sources highlight that the renowned author and entrepreneur Noah Kagan used this exact 48-hour strategy to launch not one, but 8 different $1 million businesses. So this isn't just blind optimism. It's a proven step-by-step methodology, and we're going to walk through the whole shebang together.
To really grasp this blueprint, we've got to follow Siddharth. As our sources describe him, he's a totally relatable, middle-class guy who is completely paralyzed by overthinking. He watches all the business shows, he consumes the content, but he never actually takes action. Sound familiar? Well, one day, a self-made millionaire, who we'll just call Mr. B, gives a speech at his college. Siddharth, practically sweating with his heart racing at 200 beats per minute, nervously asks Mr. B for just 2 minutes of his time. Mr. B sees that hunger in Siddharth's eyes and invites him for a quick 15-minute ride in the back of his gleaming Rolls-Royce. And it's that short car ride that becomes the masterclass we're dissecting today.
All right, let's look at Section 1, the fear of starting, and why waiting for perfection is a trap.
As soon as the car doors shut, Siddharth confesses his biggest struggle. He's got tons of ideas, sure, but he's waiting for the perfect one. Mr. B immediately shuts this down by proving a point right then and there. During the ride, he gets an urgent call and needs to sign a business document. He easily handles it on his tablet using an all-in-one platform called Odoo, pointing out how simple tools like that just remove friction from everyday business. And that prompts Mr. B to share a crazy story about Noah Kagan. Noah noticed a software company that was charging $50 a month just for online document signing, which, let's be honest, feels a bit like daylight robbery, and that company grew to a $12 billion valuation. Recognizing a massive problem, Noah didn't wait around for a perfect moment. In just 48 hours, he launched a competitor software offering lifetime access for a flat $100. It was a smash hit. It proved right there that acting fast on a simple, straightforward solution easily beats waiting for perfection.
Moving on to Section 2, conquering fear and rejection, breaking out of your comfort zone. Mr. B tells Siddharth that the real reason we wait for perfection isn't that we lack good ideas. The truth is way deeper than that. It's the paralyzing fear of starting and, honestly, the fear of asking. We are terrified of doing all the hard work, only to get hit with rejection. So, to break this paralysis, Mr. B throws out 2 immediate, highly unconventional solutions. First up is the dollar challenge. You go to a family member or even a total stranger, pitch your business idea, and ask them to invest just $1 single. Sounds ridiculously small, right? But it forces you out of your comfort zone and gives you the very real responsibility of taking an investor's money. The second is the coffee challenge. Next time you're at a coffee shop, just ask the barista for a 10% discount. Will they look at you like you're crazy? For sure. But that's exactly the point. It essentially trains your brain to realize that hearing the word no is not the end of the world.
Then, Mr. B shares this brilliantly counterintuitive piece of advice from his father, who actually worked as a door-to-door salesman. Collect rejections like treasure. Set a goal to get rejected 100 times this week. Think about that. Instead of setting a goal to close 10 sales, you set a goal to get rejected 100 times. By flipping the script like this, you naturally build up that thick skin that is absolutely crucial for entrepreneurial success. Plus, let's be real, on your way to 100 rejections, someone is inevitably going to say yes.
Which brings us to Section 3, the customer-first approach. Stop renting offices, start solving problems.
As the Rolls-Royce glides smoothly through city traffic, Mr. B points out the fatal trap most new founders fall headfirst into. He calls it the founder's approach. Here's what most people do. They rent a flashy office, buy top-of-the-line computers, spend literally weeks agonizing over a logo, and build this gorgeous website. And then, launch day comes and they face the crushing reality that nobody actually wants what they're selling. Now contrast that with the customer-first approach. Let's say you want to sell baked goods. Instead of opening a massive bakery, you just make a small batch of your product, like energy cookies, for instance, and you walk right up to some students to see if they'll buy them. You pre-sell. You ask them directly what they want. You find their actual pain point before you spend a single dime on infrastructure. That is what leads to real, happy customers. To really drive home just how dangerous that founder's approach is, Mr. B shares the story of Bet Arcade. This was a fantasy sports betting app that Noah Kagan launched. On paper, the concept was incredibly trendy, but in reality, it failed miserably. Why did it flop? Because Noah built the entire app before actually checking if users even wanted to place bets on it. He learned the hard way that you absolutely must validate demand before you build the solution.
Okay, Section 4. Finding a profitable idea. Solutions over concepts.
In the back seat, Siddharth is furiously scribbling all this down. He totally gets the mindset now, but he asks the million-dollar question. Exactly how do you find an idea that people will genuinely pull out their wallets for? Mr. B lays out 4 highly actionable strategies. First, solve your own problem. Second, complement a bestseller, meaning create accessories or add-on services for products that are already flying off the shelves. Third and fourth, use the autocomplete features on Google and Amazon. Seriously, just type "how-to" into those search bars, and you instantly see the massive, real-world problems millions of people are desperately trying to solve. Remember, customers don't care about your cool concepts. They only care if you can solve their specific problem.
Let's look at an amazing example of that first strategy, solving your own problem. There was a guy named Shane who loved his morning caffeine fix but absolutely hated the nasty coffee crashes and anxiety it gave him. After taking a trip to India, he discovered masala chai. He took that basic concept, added some health benefits to it, and created a substitute called Mud WTR. Now, to market this thing with zero budget, he just carried his Mud WTR mug everywhere he went. It built immense curiosity. People naturally asked to taste it, they got hooked, and Shane essentially turned his personal coffee anxiety into a business generating $6 million a year.
But hold your horses, because before you run wild with your idea, you have to validate it. Our sources stress 3 crucial metrics you need to check. Number 1, market size. Are enough people actually searching for this solution? Number 2, market growth. Is this specific market expanding or shrinking? And number 3, analyze the competition. Are other people already selling this? How are they doing it? You can use free online tools to spy on competitor ads and read their user reviews. In fact, finding gaps in your competitors' reviews is basically a golden ticket to ensuring your idea has real million-dollar potential.
All right, here we go. The climax of the ride. Section 5, the 48-hour money challenge, the ultimate test.
The 15-minute car ride is almost up. The tension is real. Mr. B has given all the theory, but now it's time for immediate action. Here are the exact execution steps for this weekend challenge. Step 1, pitch your idea and ask for the money before the product is even fully built, maybe offering an early bird discount with a clear future delivery date. Step 2, test it out on online marketplaces. Will random strangers actually pay for it in advance? Step 3, set up a super simple free checkout page on social media just to test the traffic. And step 4, if someone says no, respectfully ask them why. Get that direct feedback. Have they seen a better product out there? What would actually make them buy yours? You must learn directly from every single rejection.
And that whole process leads us to the ultimate goal of this entire explainer, the number 3. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to secure exactly 3 paying customers in a single 48-hour weekend. Not 3 people who politely say, "Yeah, I'm interested." I mean 3 people who actually hand over their hard-earned money. Because if you can get 3, you have proven the concept.
And just as Mr. B finishes explaining this, the Rolls-Royce glides to a stop at his destination. The 15 minutes are officially up. Siddharth thanks him enthusiastically, but then realizes, wait, Mr. B hasn't explained the final step, how to actually scale and grow the business. Mr. B steps out of the car, gives a knowing smile, and purposely holds back those scaling secrets. He looks at Siddharth and says, "You don't need to know how to grow yet. Complete the 48-hour challenge, get those first customers, and then we will talk." The time for theory is over. So I'm passing Mr. B's challenge directly over to you. What is stopping you from starting your 48-hour clock right now? You've got the tools to conquer the fear of starting, you know exactly why you need to prioritize the customer over a fancy office space, and you know how to validate a truly profitable idea. Shatter those excuses, stop waiting for everything to be perfect, and take some immediate action. Are you going to be the one to get 3 paying customers this weekend? Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer, and I'll catch you next time.